It has been an exciting 4 weeks of racing, and now we are down to the final week of this virtual ride that has been the Summer Heat Series with the American iRacing League. The championships will be decided for super trucks and late models. Super late models, that is, for you tonight on your home for sim racing, LSRTV, and for those that are listening on the Community Radio Network. Good evening from the historic house that Jacka Roots family built, Stafford Motor Speedway. Welcome you to coverage of the championship. Samuel Dyer, I'm Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten in the production chair. And I'll tell you what, Samuel, this is going to be fun. Northwest Cup Series is off tonight. Your one night of entertainment is this race at Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford is going to be a blast for these drivers to attack a half-mile course. And for the trucks, at least, the drivers have been talking about the setup. It is tight. That means these drivers are going to have to worry about how to slow down, get through these corners, and worry about their tire usage. It's going to be a lot of mental fatigue that we're probably going to be seeing here tonight. And we've been seeing a lot throughout this season. It's only been a 5-week season for these drivers, but we've been seeing the caution slowly diminish, and seeing a lot more green flag racing, a smaller field here tonight than usual, meaning that there's a shot that we could see a lot more green flag racing.
This should be a good one. Again, we are set go at Stafford Motor Speedway. This is an awesome track, and the championship is to be decided. We are down to the final races of the CMO screen printing incorporated divisions here. Super trucks tonight with twins, the super late models to close out the program. And that race information 411 coming at you, spinning truck you by Race on Texas. Twin 35s, twin 60s, a fun track here at Stafford Motor Speedway. If you remember about a month and a half ago when CBS debuted the Superstar Racing Experience SRX, or if you've ever watched on Speed 51 TV, the Modifieds, they put on a good show. This is a NASCAR home track. This is virtual now in iRacing. This is why we always say, Samuel, you need more short tracks to race at on iRacing than the big speedways. Yes, I agree.
Sure. Yeah, I agree as well. Short track racing, always a blast to be running as a driver, to be attacking these short tracks and really learning those braking points, how to carry your speed. And for these drivers here tonight, might be seeing some drivers lose their temper maybe a little bit. It's the end of the season. If you've been building up something, who knows? Tonight could be your time to get a little bit of payback.
Let's take a look at the weather conditions as we get ready for the countdown to qualifying here. You saw the countdown clock, just some of the new things that Charles has been working on behind the scenes on our broadcast coverage of LSR TV. Sunny, 75 degrees. Track temp, 25, 30 degrees warmer than the ambient temperature, and it's going to be crucial on tires, I believe, with the sun clear, 2 miles per hour, and this will be daytime racing also, Samuel.
Yeah, it is extremely hot, and it's actually just been getting hotter and hotter. At one point I looked and it was around 112 when practice started about 15 minutes ago, and it has been climbing now up to 120 for track temp. That's meaning the driver's going to be slipping and sliding. The setup's already tight enough, and with it being slick, that means more tire wear, means these drivers really have to focus, is because there's going to be no chances of getting fresh rubber or getting tires during the actual race. Right from the start, it's going to be all about conserving your tires to have the best run at the end.
Could be a fun one for sure, and we are set for this battle again. Coming up, the finale, the championship that is on the line for these drivers of the American iRacing League. And you know what's so cool, Samuel? And this is what I love about Tyler Payne and his crew. They will literally go right back to the drawing board after we finish up here a couple of weeks later, and then they will come up with some more crazy ideas, and they will put together another awesome racing series for Monday nights for the American iRacing League. Probably by the time we get to Labor Day, at another American iRacing League series will be launched. It's always fun. This is the 4th series that I've had the privilege to be the voice for the American iRacing League. It's fun to have you join me along the way. This will be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is. And now we're getting ready for qualifying here tonight. Practice comes to a close. And, drivers that we've been seeing win so far this season. We've seen Parker Retzlaff. We've seen that of Dustin Momberket get himself a win. We're seeing maybe some other drivers hoping to get their first win in the Super Trucks. And one of those drivers I'm watching out for is Ryan Matthews, the 51 truck. I'm excited to see what speed that truck has here tonight. But these Super Trucks, you touched on it, of what are going to be some of the newer trucks or cars to be seen. This is my first time seeing the Super Trucks being raced this season. It's been a blast to see throughout the season how these drivers have evolved as we're on board with Tyler Payne hitting the course for his time to lap.
We are getting them ready to go here for the qualifying runs for the drivers of the American iRacing League. This is the Super Trucks. Remember their format. They're qualifying will set the lineup for their event coming up here for tonight. They will run their feature race, 35 lap reset, and guess what? They'll do it again. And then they'll go back and go another 35 laps after a quick practice session. Along that way, we do grab interviews with drivers. It is always fun cutting up with these guys for sure. And I've enjoyed this, what we have called the Summer Heat Series.
Yeah, no, it's been great watching these guys during the summertime, them hitting the short tracks with the Super Trucks as well as the super late models. It's been a blast. And also for that second race, the second twin race for both series, the top 8 of the finishers get inverted. So if you're winning the race,
that's right,
that second race, you're dropping back to 8th place. Got to work your way through traffic. So we've seen track position be so important in that second race to stay up front. The question is, will some of these drivers feel a lot more comfortable after the first race? If they have a poor showing, maybe they can show up in that second twin race.
But you know what, though? I seriously like that as well, Samuel, because the fact of the matter is, what does fans love? A lot of racetracks across America, especially dirt. They love the fact that you have inverts, heat races at dirt tracks a lot across the country, and then inverts. Well, inverts make it where the fast cars have to go to the back and you got to work your way up to the front of the field. It makes the racing very, very fun. These inverts at the end of the first race, I think, has always been exciting, and I think it's going to make it entertaining to see who can get a championship, where we go from here. A fun time for sure. We are looking forward to it here in just a couple of moments at Stafford Motor Speedway, as we are less than 2 minutes away from the start of the finale for the Summer Heat Series at Stafford and Truck Race Twin number 35, Race 1.
Yeah, and also with that inverted statement, I mean, the drivers, with it being inverted and everyone being swapped up, almost every single week so far in this Summer Heat Series, we've seen a different driver from Heat Race 1 to Race 2. The only time that we doubled down in the Super Trucks was back at New Smyrna for the third week that we were racing. That's when Parker Retzlaff dominated both the first race and the second race. But for the trucks, it's been a lot of, if you win the first race, you're going to have to really work if you want to win that second one.
Yeah, for sure, and we are going to keep an eye on them here in just a couple of moments. Right now, it looks like Parker Retzlaff is the quick qualifier, and you got to think, Samuel, he's looking to lock up chip. It looks like right now he is in the crosshairs of winning the title for both the trucks and the super late models. But there's guys like Harberts that's on track now, or a driver like Momberket who picked up a win in the super late models last week, of course, at Five Flags Speedway. You think of Ryan Matthews, of guys that are in the crosshairs to try to pull the upset. But the question is, how strong can Parker Retzlaff be? Right now, he's at the top of the board in P1.
Yeah, and that's kind of the comfort spot you want to be, especially with the way that this track is going to be evolving here tonight, and with the way the setup's been. Track position so important, and for that, a Parker Retzlaff, when he's up front, there's practically no one that can make the pass unless he gets taken out by someone bumping him out of the way. As Aiden Murray now going to be on the track trying to get his times left. Only 30 seconds left here in qualifying, Wesley, so if you're going to get time down, this is the best time to go out.
Stafford Motor Speedway is the place we are rocking and rolling here tonight. This is the championship race of the Summer Heat Series. I'm Wesley Outland. Samuel Dyer is alongside. Charles Wooten is here. Qualifying is about to wrap up. It looks like Parker Retzlaff is going to be the fast man. We will step away when we come back. The starting lineup for Twin 1 of the trucks in the Twin 35s at Stafford Motor Speedway on LSRTV and CRN.
Wheel to wheel, battle for the race lead. New race lead down the next stretch. Here comes Training Partner.
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series finale here at Stafford Motor Speedway. We are ready to go for twin race number 1 in the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated. Thank you to Terry Summers for being a sponsor. We're ready to go. Parker Retzlaff looking for a championship. If he wins in the trucks, he's locked it up. He is right now on the pole in P1 to the outside. Ryan Matthews, row 1 here at Stafford. Row 2, John Oliet in the 62. David Polins in the 33. Row 3 on the grid, we'll find Caleb Hall. Hey, there's my buddy from Radford, Virginia. Hope him and Megan are doing well. Got that new baby. Of course, a score/announcer at Franklin County Speedway. To the outside, T-Pain, Tyler Payne, the man that is the monster that created this series. That is the American iRacing League. Row 4, we'll find Kevin White Jr. in the 38. Jacob Harberts in the number 80. And to round out your top 10, Aiden Murray, 72. Josh Holmes, the 9, your top 10 at Stafford.
Then going to be back in row number 6. That's when we find that of Ryan Polins, as well as Mario Arani, as well as we drop back to row number 7. We find that of Eric Steele and Charlie Beals. And finishing out this pretty small field, only 16 drivers, that's going to be Dustin Bomberket and Tony Quatros. And for both that of Quatros and Bomberket, this is a very weird time for them. Both of them did not qualify. They're going to have to work all race long to get back up front.
Boy, is this going to be a fun one or what? We are setting the field. A couple of preliminary laps. This is a short track, but they will get at least one more lap around the racetrack before we take green, and then we will send them on their way. Twin 35s, and honestly, Samuel, this is a 3/8 mile track. This race, if it's not caution field calamity, should fly by very quickly here, because 35 laps is fast on a 3/8 mile track like Stafford.
Oh, it is extremely quick. These drivers putting down about 20 seconds per lap, so we can be done in just a couple of minutes as the drivers get set and ready to go.
The field ready. Pace truck is beginning to ever so slightly pull away from the pack. It dives onto the pit lane area into turn 3. It's all up to the front row. Ready for Matthews and the pole truck of Retzlaff to battle. CMO, Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Super Trucks, the finale at Stafford. Here for the AIRL is green, and they're already in turn 1 and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. Samuel Dyer, they are already at speed to 3.
It's going to be side-by-side for 4th place, where we find that of Hall, as well as David Polin's going to be battling this out. But up front, it's going to be Parker Retzlaff, Ryan Matthews just trying to pull away the best that they can, with Olek going to be back in 3rd position, just trying to hold back the pack that's behind him. But already early yellow drivers in the middle of the pack scattering behind.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering how that was going to turn out. We do got some calamity problems. Couple of trucks are turned around. Looks like that's truck number 72 involved. By the way, replay coverage presented by Polk's Poppers Fishing Lures, the instant replay. Let's see what happened. It's on this next lap as they were coming off of that second turn. Samuel Dyer, you saw it break loose on the 72.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing this of Aiden Murray just getting himself a little bit tight. And this is what the driver's been dealing with a lot here during practice, and just loops it around, catching himself with Beal and everyone else just trying to slide by. And a couple of cars getting contact, but luckily most of the field able to slide on by.
Yeah, caution coming out there again for that problem, and we are under the yellow flag. They'll re-rack them and restack them. We will set them up for this restart. Still in the early going, the American iRacing League And it is the finale here tonight. Thank you again, by the way, to Terry Saunders, everybody that is involved with the American iRacing League, Tyler Payne, so many other people behind the scenes, Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, Community Radio Network, ready for the green flag. Back to it again at Stafford.
And they're already spinning
away.
behind.
They're rocking out of turn 4. We are racing again, and we are crashing again out of turn 4.
That's going to be Helms
And they
just
said
going
no
around.
yellow flag, though.
The 9 who initially got spun around, we stay green, and that was around 14th place where those cars were having their main issues. Also, first DNF of the race going to be going to that of Aiden Murray, who's just going to park it, and we'll see if he shows up for the next race.
No caution. They hold it together. As problems for Aiden Murray, as my colleague Samuel just mentioned, we're ready into turn 3. Hey, by the way, quick reminder, the Northwest Cup and Truck Series presented by Tom Denchel Auto Group are off this week. Samuel, this is the entertainment of the night here, Monday night American iRacing League. And I'm understanding that we are got this event for you. They're going to be coming back from a road course, Circuit Gil Villeneuve. New tracks for trucks and cup again Wednesday night.
Yeah, when they go and have hit that road course racing, it's going to be a blast to see how the trucks and the cup cars deal with it as we're watching here tonight. Watching to see how and who's going to be moving forward. Right now, the battle is between that of Herbert as well as White Jr. side by side. It seems like the truck that's on the outside, on the exit of these corners, have to be careful of that outside wall. It just sneaks up on them, as it's going to be that of Kevin White Jr. stuck to the outside, finally finding space to get down, though.
Watching as they work their way down that back stretch into that third turn, 27 to go here in truck race number 1. Thanks always to, again, CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated for sponsoring this series.
Looking at the field right now, Charlie Beals, who was involved in our first wreck and incident, he has actually came into pit road getting service done. Parker Retzlaff continues to try to pull away from the rest of the field, and he's doing a great job. It looks so smooth and easy when you've got the track position, as here's the battling that's going on currently for 9th place, as Payne able to make the pass over that of Ryan Polins.
Watching them as they work their way back around the racetrack. Best battle on the racetrack for 4th and 5th position. You're seeing it right now. To tick away here in race 1, just one yellow flag, 24 to go. We're about 12 laps in here in twin race number 1 for the super trucks. The super late models will do the same as well. As right now, 24 to go. The leader, Parker Retzlaff, he's the one that's everybody's gunning for. And there's still a lot of good racing here to come. You gotta wonder, watching this battle continue there, there's Polins. Polins is around there, Harbert is around there, checking time and scoring.
Yeah, still just everyone's kind of seems to be in a pretty much a cruise control, just waiting out, seeing who's going to make the mistakes. As right now, Jacob Harbert's just going to be trying to pressure that of David Polins, just saying, hey, make the mistake, I'll steal that position away, trying to get right on that back bumper. Not going to make contact just yet. I think after halfway, that's when we'll see these drivers get a lot more aggressive, as there's that mistake. The 33 slips up, and here comes the 80 on the inside.
Yeah, I got to watch them here as they work their way back into that corner. Harbert's in that top 5 now. Tyler Payne now sitting in 9th and 10th with Ryan Polins, and we still watch this battle continue.
Yeah,
definitely this guy having a stimulating run so far in race 1 here at Stafford.
Hey, understanding it's going to be a long night for these guys. Got 4 races got to deal with, so you got to make sure you're good. As 14 gets himself a little bit out of shape there, and about to give an opening for that of Dustin Mauberket. Mauberket, one of the drivers that did not put a qualifying time down, started back in 15th position, had to work his way up to 8th, about to be moving up into 7th if he can get by the next 2 drivers.
Samuel, I find it funny that that guy is driving a truck that's sponsored by men and women having problems in life.
You know, certain people at some age will find themselves with issues, and sometimes you need assistance.
There is no if. Eventually, it will happen, man or woman. Okay? I'm just trying to, pardon the pun, not open the door, but I had to open the door because you're seeing it. We got Viagra and Tampax. Yeah.
Hey, we're kidding.
Problems
all
for
of
women
them
and men.
Everyone's covered. We're good.
Yes. I mean, there is no social injustice in that truck.
Oh, absolutely not. Equality for all. And if you get into the wall, also might be giving service to that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah. I can't go any further.
No, yeah.
There's Bomber Cat in the 16 truck. Oh, wow. And by the way, this is the best battle on the racetrack, is what I've been told.
Yellow.
So. Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, Mario. Oh, and it's right in front of Retzlaff.
Oh, wow. We're under yellow. We'll re-rack them, restack them. 15 to go. Trucks at Stafford. Twin race 1 has been a good one. Parker Retzlaff out in front. Your sawblade.com. Top 5. Bottom left of the monitor. Or the upper left. Down to the bottom they are. There they are, back with more in a moment. LSRTV and the Community Radio Network's coverage of iRacing.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League. Fine folks at Reaper Speed Labs and, of course, Pulse Popper Fishing Lures. In addition, we want to thank the other sponsors that have made it happen for the Summer Heat Series, including Reaper Speed Labs. I think I said that already. I'm repeating myself. And Elite Media Graphics and Wraps. We also want to thank the fine folks at CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated. We can thank CRN Sports for broadcasting, as well as LSRTV, our media partners. And we also want to thank Moon Racing for sponsoring the finale here at Stafford. The lights are off on the pace truck. Samuel Dyer, we await the green flag next time by.
I mean, this is probably the best race we've seen all throughout this 5-race stint. It's been great to see these guys racing green flag racing. Let's see if we can continue on.
And we also want to thank I Support STR, whatever that means. I support short track racing. There you go. Thank you very much for clarifying that for me, producer Hims.
Hims is always on it.
I support short track racing. I support STR. If it would have said STD, so we couldn't. It said I support SR. There you go.
Oh man. Eric Steele bringing out our next yellow. Ooh. A little bit of help, I think, from Tony Quattros on this one. Drivers just getting a little bit too close.
Cautions breed cautions. Breed cautions. Yep.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be seeing Eric Steele, Tony Quattros racing side by side, but when they come out of turn 4, Tony Quattros going to get too close to the outside wall, bounce off, and Eric Steele is the one who goes for a ride.
Under the yellow flag. Hey, by the way, we have all the coverage for you this week on LSRTV and CRN Sports. Well, actually, CRN's only race is tonight for iRacing. The Northwest Cup and Truck Series are off. Samuel and I will be back in the broadcast booth on Wednesday night for the next round of the S&B Cup Series. Palatian Hauler Hunters. Where are we going to be at?
We're going to be at Charlotte.
Charlotte. Hey, I'm in Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte right now. I'm gonna ask Bruton Smith or Marcus if he'll let me press box in the booth. What do you think?
I
Like,
mean, that
hey
is.
man, let me go in the press. Which there isn't anything going on Wednesday at Charlotte, so I don't know. They're supposed to run legend cars tonight, but unfortunately there was a lot of nasty weather, in the Carolinas today. So yes, but anyhow, yeah, it's storming like crazy. It is seriously raining cats and dogs. Yes, weather on the ones. It's chicken and fish for tomorrow. Yeah, raining chicken and fish. Sir, chicken and fish.
Are you sure you don't want to just go get some lasagna? I feel like lasagnas are always a great dinner.
I thought about getting an Olive Garden, but I'm still waiting on my food card from Joshua Altus. So I just,
Oh man.
Samuel, you know us broadcasters, we don't make a lot of money, you know that.
Oh, we just make enough to make it to the next race and talk about that race, and we move on to the next one.
Yeah, just pay us and Garfield. Yeah. So anyhow,
I think we're going this
we're
time
happy
by.
here. I think we're going to go back to green this time by. I believe that's the plan. Yes.
Pretty good plan. I would love to see some more green flag racing because we're coming to 5 laps to go when we go green.
Hard to believe it. Coming to the end of race number 1. Here they come back inside the well, that's not a NASCAR race. So here they come back inside the restart zone and back underway here. This is a lot of reasons why you see how cool this racetrack is, how sharp it is, the uniqueness of this place, the Arute family, Jack Arute, legend, veteran broadcaster, his family, they built this track,
Ryan
and second
Matthews
goes around Matthews into the wall on his own. And I think maybe they threw the flag a little too quickly, but caution is out. He could have kept going, I believe.
Oh, he backed himself into the outside wall. It was a difficult move here, and it's what's brought out 3 of our 4 cautions here during our first twin race, and it's a little bit of a self-spin coming into the corners, but late in the race, you've got to get aggressive. We're going to be seeing on the entry of turn 3 and through the center of the corner here for Ryan Matthews. He's going to get on the back stretch, come into 3 and 4, and just see that back end get looped around.
Watching this happen, there goes Matthews. All right, Samuel, shootout time. What do you think? We're going to go to overtime? We're going to set ourselves up for 3 wild attempts of a finish. What do you think?
I think with the timing of that caution, it could be, unless we can get the car stacked up soon, we're going to be putting ourselves into a green-white checkered overtime scenario here. We're going to have to wait and see if the admins are going to get us going before regulation is over, but drivers are trying to get set up and ready to go.
Field will get ready for the restart. This should be fun. My understanding we're going into overtime now.
Yeah, with them crossing the line, not going green that last time by, we are now in our first attempt of possibly 3. And Wesley, you were talking about how unique this course is. There's just enough banking to get around the corner, but when you're side by side, you're expecting one of these cars to slide up, and usually it's the car on the inside that starts to drift up a little bit more than you'd like. So early in this race, it was the drivers on the outside that I was concerned because the outside wall off the exit. I think on these overtime attempts, I'm expecting someone to possibly get turned to put us into our second or even our third attempt.
I've got a feeling we're going to at least have 2 attempts at a restart here.
That's a good.
Not trying to make a prediction or anything here, but I really think that's what we're about to have happen.
Hey, that's short track racing.
It is. Hashtag I love STR. Ready with a green-white checker. Shootout number 1. Truck will get ready to get the heck out of harm's way. Well, not out of harm's way. Yeah, well, I guess they are in harm's way. Here we go. Restart. Red Slav, Harberts on the front row. Green back out, and Harberts is gone.
Red Slav, Harberts bumps him, gets them out of shape, and there goes the 80.
Sideways.
Oh.
And they're going to save it. They're wrecking. They're wrecking. Oh, no. So at least Red Slav will go back to second for the restart. Are you kidding me?
I'm wondering if he even is going to keep the lead, possibly, because the timing of the yellow, he was up front in the lead.
He is going to get his spot back. I think they're going to give him his spot back. You're exactly right, Samuel.
It's one of those things where we kind of have to wait and see.
I have him as second as well. That's what's getting me. He got the bump by Harberts, and he started to get sideways. Calamity behind him, but I would say he's in second. And right now, timing and scoring has him in second.
Yeah, it's with Harberts up front. He's now caught up to the pace car. We'll see now if there's any type of a shift once they get up to the pace car, but also it's up to the admins, because the admins might have to make the call of race control. Will Harberts get a EOL on that incident?
Oh, and by the way, I'm being told that we are going to go right into race number 2 immediately after this race is over. So there will not be any interviews, no downtime, no practice sessions. We will go into race. Is that the plan, him? No practice, no nothing. They're going to go right back on the track and race number 2.
Also remember, at the conclusion of race number 1, our top 8 get inverted. So if you finish in 8th place, you get to have the pole spot for race number 2.
And that's going to be fun. The field will make their way back to the restart zone here in just another lap or so, and we will settle it. You know, Samuel, I gotta say, you just, if you're Jacob Harberts, payback's coming, in my opinion. I know this is race 1, but I got a feeling that there's going to be an opportunity for the bumper from Parker Retzlaff to Harberts. Harberts sit at the Retzlaff. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I think we're going to see it when we come back to green.
Oh, I'm expecting it as well. Harberts did start this race in 8th place, but our second attempt, we are green to see how this first twin race is going to go as they go into turn number 1.
Back to it again to settle it out and see how this will be. Into turn 2, Retzlaff right under Harberts. He's there, and they're wrecking in the back. Trouble in the back straight away. No caution yet. They're right there side by side for the lead. Harberts opens the door for Retzlaff. Down the front straight away. CRN 1 to go. Final time at Stafford in race 1.
Parker's Retzlaff. He's on the inside. This has been the preferred lane.
Here he goes.
We're going to be seeing if Harberts can make that outside line work. He just needs a nose. He's still there as they go to 3.
He about pinched him up against the outside wall as they go to the 3rd turn. Inside advantage is Retzlaff. Outside Harberts. Will he turn him? He won't. By a fender. It's Parker Retzlaff coming back to win race number 1. Wow. 13.014. The interval at the stripe. Are you kidding me? Welcome to Stafford, Samuel Dyer.
14 thousandths of a second, and that was all that Parker Retzlaff needed. I thought maybe based off of how corners 1 and 2 went, that Harberts would have enough. It just wasn't enough for himself. What a way to start out tonight. And now those drivers get to be sent back to 7th and 8th place, and we'll see how they can make their way through this traffic.
There was no holding off Parker Retzlaff. You had a feeling, Samuel, before we go back to commercial break extended here on LSRTV and CRN's coverage of the Summer Heat Series finale of the American iRacing League at Stafford. We knew that this was about to go down. It was about to happen. Quick break. We'll recap race 1, get ready for race 2 after a quick break here from Stafford on LSRTV and CRN.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Let's cue up that music, shall we? Starting lineup, we're ready to go. Race number, what a wild one in race 1 for the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Super Trucks. Terry Saunders in Quinton, Virginia. Now I know why you sponsored these guys. What a show they put on. This is race 2. Parker Retzlaff, there he is. The invert is 8. Samuel Dyer. Starting lineup as they are rolling. We got to do it quickly, though. On the front row, Will be Matthew Boyack, Colin Fambaugh, Jeff Green, Scott Crump. Oh, wait a minute, that's not right.
No.
Hashtag fake news.
I don't know where you're getting those names from, but it's Ryan Matthews on top of the board with Mario
Ryan
in
Matthews,
second.
Mario Ercolini. Yeah, my bad. I was looking at 3 wide TV timing and scoring from the other night with Carlos Acosta. Kevin White, Dustin Momberkett, row 2, Caleb Hall, Jacob Harvitz, row 3 and 4. Wow, here we go. David Polins and Parker Retzlaff. Oliet, Quadros, Polins, Payne, Steele, Beals, Murray, Campbell, Partridge, and a pear tree. We are coming to green for the trucks, and we're underway in race number 2. Samuel, they did not waste any time.
No, coming across the line, it's going to be Ryan Matthews leading that lap as they're all just bouncing off the wall. And the goal here for a lot of these drivers, for Parker Retzlaff, he started back in 8th. He's now up to 7th. But, drivers getting a little bit slice and dicing in the back. But certainly, drivers are trying to get low, trying to make the passes. They're 3 wide, back for 10th place.
DMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated, twin race number 2 for the Super Trucks. We got one breaking down below the bottom of the racetrack at the rear of the field. They'll hold it together. Keep your eye on Parker Retzlaff for the win, for the championship in that 42 Ponzi entry. And there he is.
Driver that's really on the move, though, is Harberts. Harberts is really making a move. His car goes down below, off course. That's going to be Mario.
Oh, it's Mario. He holds it. Oh, he's in the pits.
Well, he found one of the pit boxes out there. I don't think that's actually his pit box. As he's actually
just happy to be there.
He found his pit box. That's it. And he is now going to take the tow, but side by side going on. Hall, he's now making the pass, almost getting into the back bumper of Retzlaff and going a little bit too wide for the 14.
Yeah, we're going to watch them here as they work their way back across start finish. Another lap on the board. He drove in definitely a little too hard there. Definitely a little aggressive.
A little bit too much assistance, possibly. Second place, yes. Side by side. Harbert's going to be making the inside work, and this is great for the 80, who almost won the first race for the Twins for the Super Trucks. But right now, Ryan Matthews, he's just trying to pull away. And for our winner of the first twin race, that of Parker Retzlaff, he's stuck in 5th, and he's got a wall of drivers to try to get by.
Yeah, so a long way to go here as we watch these guys work their way again back across the back straightaway. 20. Working men are knocking these laps out pretty quickly here, working about 10 laps into this deal here in twin race number 2. DMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated. Super Trucks, the super late models are coming up next. They're not wasting no time. I'm happy with this quick going. Normally there's like a delay in things. We have times for interviews. Right now, Polins, Retzlaff, we're watching them. Keep an eye on that 42. But the thing is, Samuel, along the way, Retzlaff might have made some enemies here. This is the last race. Drivers, they don't forget.
Oh, absolutely. They don't forget. And that's the one thing I'm excited about for the super late models after this amazing racing action, because there's a lot of drivers that have some hurt feelings from these last 2 weeks. So I'm excited on how that's going to be finishing out. Update for the drivers that are back in 14th and 15th. For Mario Ercolini, he is parked it as well for that of Charlie Beals. It looks like both drivers decided to possibly just stay in pit road for the rest of this race and try to prepare for the super late models.
Watching them as they work their way back around. Another lap on the board. We're keeping an eye on that.
Getting closer and closer to halfway, and you know, once you get past that lap 17, 18 marker, the aggression level kicks up. And oh no, Retzlaff just gonna get Polins a little bit of a bump, and we stay green, but gonna be losing multiple positions.
And Polins was right there around that battle we were talking about earlier. They'll save it. No caution. We will stay green here at Stafford. 24 laps to go. So far, a nice clean run for everybody in the early going.
Luckily, no yellows have come out, and Dustin Momberkett now going to be moving up to 3rd place as we keep our eye on the battle for 5th. as you've got that of Caleb Hall, Parker Retzlaff, also Tony Quattros, going to be all mixed up into this group, and it's just a train of cars from 5th on back trying to figure out how to move their way forward, in these trucks. And Ryan Matthews, I touched on it before the first race. He was one of those drivers that he kind of had a feeling was going to get a win here in the trucks. If he wins, this would be his first truck win of the season for this 5-week series. All he has to do is keep calm, run his laps, but he's got to be a little bit worried for those final 15 laps, as that of Jacob Harberts is coming with a head of steam in the 80.
Keeping an eye on him now. We will watch them.
Oh, Hall, Retzlaff, hard contact.
Oh, wow.
Hall got into the outside wall coming out of turn number 2, and Retzlaff had no timing, runs right in the back bumper of the 14. Hard damage for both. And I think the worst of it goes to Retzlaff.
What a tough break. Retzlaff, he's got to hang on here. And you notice the defensive here now. Oh, wow, he is all damaged up. Definitely, he's all beaten, battered, and banged in the Viagra Tampax entry number 14.
Yeah, no, it is a lot of damage for both vehicles, the 14 and the 42.
Caleb Hall. It had to be Caleb Hall, of all people. Caleb Hall driving that truck. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, Quattros.
Sideways. Number 12.
And they wreck behind.
Oh, and the caution's out. It all started at number 12. Tony Quattros goes around, and then Quattros trucks get collected out of 3rd turn.
Going to be that of John Orlett as well as Tyler Payne. They're going to be involved in this thing. Another driver that is officially DNF, that's going to be Eric Steele. As you see, Quattros is going to get himself out of sorts here through 1 and 2, and then you're going to see the smoke pop up, and that's when Orlett and others just had nowhere to go.
Boy, oh boy. Such bad luck there. We are under yellow flag again.
Well, we're now past halfway. All the gloves are off if you want to find yourself winning in the super trucks. And
I don't think the gloves were ever on.
I mean, this is the worst case scenario for Ryan Matthews. He had a good enough lead that I think he could have held off Harberts, but with the group now being put back together, this is giving another shot for Harberts and for Monberquette. Monberquette's been just working his way forward from race 1 into race 2, as he did not qualify for that first race, so had to start all the way back in 15th, finished in 5th, then had to reset back at 7th to start out this race, and he's up to 3rd position. So expecting the drivers in 2nd and 3rd place to have a great run to finish out this race, and hope that they don't find themselves spinning in another car, but we've already seen if you use your bumper, it might get you a win.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting here. So we're going to watch them. They'll get ready for the restart. We will get our field set to go back to racing here in just a moment. They're going to go back to the restart zone. And Parker Retzlaff, the lights are off on the pace truck. No, we're still under yellow flag. Okay.
Fake news.
They're going to get the 1 to go this time by 12th and 12th position. 12th position, Samuel. What's it going to take for Retzlaff to win this championship? And honestly, I think if he stays where he's at, he might lock it up. He's just got to stay out of harm's way. He don't want to take it out of the race.
Yeah, I mean, with the fact that it was a smaller field tonight, it allowed that Parker Retzlaff, with just getting the win, he was in a very prime situation. But we already know, based on the trends that we saw for the first race, we might be seeing more wrecks. As long as Parker Retzlaff does not get involved, he should be all right to gain more positions and more points. That championship's looking clean for him.
Yeah, he's just happy to be here. Watch, the race truck is in. Ready for the field to come back to the restart zone. Green flag is back out. Here we go again. And by the way, as you mentioned, Samuel, not a bad truck count, but it's not a 30 truck field like we've seen. Yeah, especially for the finale. Pretty much everybody's fate is sealed for the point, so some people might have decided not to run tonight.
Yeah, it's the end of July. A lot of people might be thinking about going out vacations, so they might not be near a computer. As side-by-side action for that fourth position. Hall, even with that rear end damage, he is still running well, and luckily the damage for himself was in the rear end. He does have a lot of scrapes on the right side, but still does not damage the engine, which that's the key thing that's hurting Parker Retzlaff. But Retzlaff, he's already moved up to 10th after starting back at 12th.
Yeah, that's certainly what's hurting him. With 11 laps to go, now make it 10 to go. There's Caleb Hall. Our producer just cannot stop showing that Viagra Tampax truck. Tampax. Caleb Hall in 4th. He's doing good. He's got a hard run going for him, all damaged and bang, but he's still in the top 5. He's in 4th.
I think Hims is just wanting to look at the scheme, maybe write down the website, get some assistance later, possibly.
More information at Viagra or Tampax.com.
As our top 3 are pulling away from the rest of the field.
Samuel, you're about to be assaulted.
I knew, right? I was like, I'm going to get myself in trouble. Here we go. We're sending it.
10 to go. 10 to go. My goodness. Oh, well, at least we're not making fish noises yet. Oh, we'll never live that one down. Did you hear that on our broadcaster chat?
I completely just skipped over that one. Everyone was talking about it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to miss that.
I have to send it to you. You have to listen to it. That's all I'm going to say. You have to listen to it.
As the laps tick our way, Ryan Matthews, Jacob Herberts, Dustin Momberket just pulling away from 4th place. That's going to be Caleb Hall. That's 2.7 seconds back from our leader. And it's not looking like anyone from our front 3 are close enough to really challenge anyone. It's more of if you make a mistake, you're possibly going to be losing a position. So just run your race as these laps continue to tick away. 7 laps to go here, soon to be 6.
Time is running out. Ready to settle it here at Stafford. And then guess what's coming up here in a little bit? The super late models. Yes, they are right back at it again.
Yeah, and the super late models, what's an interesting fact that I was seeing for that, Parker Retzlaff, he's going to have to reset, get himself focused, because that 42 team has won at least once, if not has swept multiple weeks in the super late models. He is going for a win for every track that we've been to for this summer heat series.
And these are the final laps. These are your final laps here. 4 to go. Might not see a late race caution, Samuel. We might bring this one on home for supper.
Well, don't be getting yourself. You gotta be careful about saying those types of things. Still 4th, 5th place. They are on top of one another. If we're gonna see a caution come out, my assumption it's gonna be from that area.
Yeah. I just don't see that happening right now. What a performance for Ryan Matthews. And what a win for Ryan Matthews if he can hold on to win one of these races. It's been an up and down year for the truck number 51. Also a real race car legends competitor out of Virginia. Runs up at Langley Speedway and also at the Dominion Raceway. And he will come to the line. To the CRN, 1 to go. Football, iRacing coming soon. We are CRN.com, and the final lap for the trucks of the season. Samuel, take us to the checkered flag.
Ryan Matthews in the 51. He might have slipped up during our first twin race, but once he got the pole position, he has not looked back. Ryan Matthews coming at turn number 4, winning here at Stafford. And the final race of the Super Trucks goes to the 51, and his first win of the summer series as well. We now get to set up Wesley. It's super late models coming up next.
And Samuel, I got a feeling that Parker Retzlaff did all he needed to do and then some to officially lock up the championship. I want to wait till it's official, but I'm really believing he done all he needed to do, even after getting in trouble in race number 2, at least secure the championship, if you will.
that first win today was massive for the 42 to make sure that it was looking very sure that he was going to most likely win the championship. But like you said, we're going to keep our eyes open if there's any change. But right now, it is looking good for Parker Retzlaff to win the championship for the Super Trucks.
Yeah, things are good in his life right now, but I believe he did just that for sure. As celebration time is about to get underway here. I'm digging the new music. Anthem plays at any time. We'll have to stop and salute America. I've had to do that once already. But anyhow, here is your official results for race number 2. Ryan Matthews is the winner. He's burning it down in the number 51 truck. Jacob Harberts, well, how about this, Samuel? He was a deciding factor in race 1. He was a deciding factor in race 2, and he finished second in both races. Dustin Monmarquette, he finished third. Caleb Hall, scorer, junior announcer extraordinaire at Franklin County. Shout out to Kelly and Langley Austin. What a show they had at Night of Destruction in Callaway, Virginia last weekend. He is there in 4th in the Viagra Tampax truck. Then it's going to be Kevin White Jr., David Polins, Tony Quadros, Ryan Polins, Tyler Payne, T-Payne, the man that created that is American iRacing League 9th, John Oliette, the top 10 here at Stafford.
And 11, that's when we're going to be finding Parker Retzlaff, the winner of our first twin race for the Super Trucks. And then you drop back to 12th, where we find Josh Helms as well as Eric Steele in 13th. And those are the drivers that could not.
Are you serious? We'll pause for the playing of our national anthem. And we are proud to be an American. And we, for the super late models coming up, and like I said, if it comes on, we'll stop and pause. And Samuel was standing up saluting the flag. So we're ready to go. Super late model racing. Kim, what are we going to do? Grab interviews with everybody when everything's done tonight? What we're going to do? That's the plan. We will talk to the top 3 of the trucks when we return. Quick break. LSRTV, CRN, the voice of sim races for sim racing in the American iRacing League. Back with more after this.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League, and this is the CMO, Screen Printing Supply Incorporated. Super trucks, the twin 35s are done. Super late models are coming up next. You're watching live on LSRTV. You're listening on the Community Radio Network, and there is practice going on for those drivers. Top of the hour, they will move into their qualifying session. Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outland, and we also have Charles Wooten in production. We are going to grab a word with the top three of race number 1, and then the top 3 of race number 2. Of course, I will also let you know, with enough points accumulated and the race 1 victory, Parker Retzlaff is also officially the 2021 5-race series American iRacing League Summer Heat Series champion. We will talk to him as well. Third place, we will talk to David Polins in race number 1. David, your take of race 1, and how fun was it racing around Stafford?
It was a lot of fun. Normally I struggle here. I was surprised to be anywhere near the front, to be honest with you. After practice, I was like, I am going straight to the back. I'm going to get wrecked. But I guess because of how difficult it is out here at Stafford, that a lot of guys spread out. A lot of guys were able to get open on that first race and get a nice green flag run there in the middle. So good deal for the old Elite Wraps graphics machine. Pretty excited to finish the top 3.
I mean, David, it was a great run for yourself. What were you able to take from that first race and move over to the second?
Just use a lot of brake to get down to the bottom of the racetrack, get through the center and up off. I mean, Parker and Ryan Matthews just have it figured out around this place. So I tried to watch them, but it's really tough to see exactly what they're doing in the car. And it was looking good. We got up to third in that second race, and Parker and I got together. I was blowing up big time in the center of the turn to get through. So we got together, and it still ended up 6th. So pretty proud of them, and also got to thank Moon Racing for being on board this thing, and DPF Services.
What do you think we're going to see in the super late model race coming up here next? And also thank your sponsors as well.
A lot of mayhem is what I think we're going to be seeing here. So I think a lot of guys are going to have a problem keeping it on the bottom of the racetrack. I notice it's a fine line between either locking the brakes up or using enough brake to get down and stay on the bottom of the track. I think we'll see a little bit there. I'm not doing too hot in practice right now, so I don't expect much out of me. Just avoid the crap. I do got to thank Tyler Payne. Tyler Payne with Elite Performance Industries. Also got to thank my former partners Reaper Speed Labs for everything they did. They were really amazing on our run, but Tyler and I have taken an adventure to do some setup stuff and some coaching on newer iRacing drivers trying to learn. So if you guys are new to the program, hit us up. Hit me or Tyler Payne up. It's David Polens on Facebook, David Polens Racing on Facebook, all that stuff. Hop on there and get a hold of us. We'll help you out.
And so exactly, definitely, brother. Thank you so much, and hopefully, yeah, definitely, we appreciate what you've done being a sponsor, Reaper Speed Labs, and all that good stuff. And good luck in the super late model race. I think it's going to be fun.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Third place, David Polins of race number 1. We're going to wrap this up real quickly and talk now to the runner-up of race number, and we're going to talk to him twice, but we'll knock it out at this time. Second in race 1, second in race 2, Jacob Harberts. Jacob, your take on everything, buddy. First race, you came so close to winning. Second race, Ryan Matthews just dominated, but bridesmaid second spot both races. Your take of the events.
Just a lot of second places this season. Second place in points, second place almost every race that I didn't get wrecked in. So it was just a lot of second places this season. But, you know, I'm just happy to have a good finish. Parker only got me by a couple spots in points. So, you know, everyone knew we were there. Just needed to survive a couple extra races for a shot at the championship.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob, we saw that you try to use the bumper in that first race. Are you feeling like maybe you could have tried a little bit harder on making sure you couldn't get back around?
Yeah, I mean, I could have. For the most part, you know, it was an aggressive move, and I want to win, but I'm not out there to take anyone out. So it was just a desperate green-white checkered move to try and get him out of the way. And once he got under me on that last green-white checkered, I mean, I either had to stick it out or try and drop back behind him again. But it just, I thought I could get enough on the outside, but he was able to just squeak by me there on that last corner for the drag race to finish.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. Jacob, before we do let you go, thank your sponsors.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the guys at LeDuc Matthews Racing for everything they do for me and all the short track adventures that I go on. And I'd like to congratulate Parker on the championship.
All right, he's a runner-up in the points, runner-up in race number 1 and 2 for the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Super Trucks here for the Summer Heat Series for the American iRacing League. Just Jacob Harberts in the number 80. We normally would talk to race 1 winner first, but we will save that for last because he's also the champion. So we will talk to the race 2 winner, the driver of the number 51 machine, also for LeDuc Matthews Racing Stables, Ryan Matthews. Ryan, congratulations to you, man. What a great way to close out the season with a win.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You know, it's been a rough season for us. We haven't really qualified for any of the races. We've always wrecked out in qualify, so just not very good on that part. And then we've been wrecked out of most of the races. But you know, I'm glad that we were running second to Barker there in that first race, and then got a little loose going into 3 there at the end and looped it. But unfortunately, that set us on the pole for the second race, and we were able to lead flag to flag for that. And glad I was able to get my first win of the small little season we had.
Yeah, Ryan, congratulations on getting the win. I think we're starting to run out of time, so the floor is yours for any sponsors.
Yeah, just got to thank LeDuc Matthews Racing, all my sponsors, S&M Auto Service, Hamilton Forest Products, Denise Matthews Real Estate, James River Nurseries, and REM Concrete and Seal Coating for all they do for me on the real life side. And, you know, just everybody who helps put this whole league on, and congrats to Parker on the championship.
And again, that's the driver, Ryan Matthews, winner of race number 2, now to victory lane, and the champion. The driver is, of course, of the number 42 in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Cheesehead. Of course, Parker Retzlaff. Parker, congratulations. The race, the take of Stafford, and winning the championship, another championship on the American iRacing League.
Yeah, I mean, holy, I went through it tonight. Like, the first race was just good, qualified on the pole. Got into it with Jacob late in the race, and then was able to get back underneath him. I had another drag race just like New Smyrna. I guess it's a thing that happens weekly with me and Jacob, so good race to him. That was all fun. And the second race, I accidentally got a David, so sorry to David for that, and then I just got motor damage, and I just had to ride around and hope that I had enough points on Jacob to win the championship.
Yeah, Parker, great run for yourself. Congratulations on the championship. How are you feeling about these super late models, though, here tonight?
I mean, I've raced these a lot more than I raced the trucks, so I feel confident, but there's a lot of hard competition and a lot of people battling for this championship, so it's definitely going to take some luck and some skill to get it done tonight and win the second championship.
What do you think? My question was this, and I said this in the broadcast as well. You know, Parker, do you worry about rough driving tonight, especially with this being the last race of the year? Because you're a driver yourself, real and virtual. Drivers don't forget.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing there's gonna be some rough driving, but hopefully it's all, you know, not too dirty, and people can actually race for the championship, and whoever comes out on top, hopefully was the best one of the season.
May the best one win. I love the way he just said that with that added. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Parker. Go get him. Super Late Models coming up next.
Thank you.
And Parker Retzlaff, the champion of the CMO Screen Printing Supply Super Trucks. When we return after the break, Super Late Models, they qualify, they race. Twin 60s coming up. And it is about to be when we return on LSRTV.
Wheel to wheel, battle for the race lead. New race lead down the back stretch. Here comes Jamie Frederick.
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League on LSRTV. I am Wesley Outland. Samuel Dyer is alongside. Not only are we on the live sim racing TV coverage, we're also on the community radio network at wearecrn.com. Football starting up here in about less than a month. We'll have it for you for the 5th consecutive year coverage of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. We are also working on the Shrine Bowl and the Greensboro All-Star Game, all coverage at wearecrn.com. But in addition to that, we love being a part of iRacing, and one of the leagues that we American iRacing League, just like the Northwest Racing Cup and Truck Series. And Samuel, the Super Late Models, they never disappoint. This should be a good one. And one of the things I talked about was the possibility of maybe some settles scored here in this last race. These Twin 60s will be wild, I believe.
Yeah, it is going to be incredible to watch here tonight. Parker Retzlaff has won at every single race we've been at for this 5-race series. He's looking to try to carry on that consistency. If he can get a win here, probably in the first race, as that second race has been kind of known the last couple of weeks to be hurting Parker Retzlaff, just being stuck in traffic where drivers are beating and banging a lot more. But this is where things change. With the trucks, it was 35 laps. Here tonight for the Super Late Models, it's 60 laps longer, and these cars a lot faster, and you still cannot get yourself a new pair of tires. It's going to be a tough one here tonight, especially with the hard battling we saw with the trucks earlier on. I think track position is going to be even more important here for the Super Late Models than it was for the trucks.
Oh, somebody's calling. Somebody is calling. Who is it going to be? And the question is, Samuel Dyer, will Parker Retzlaff sweep another year of the American iRacing League, this mini summer heat series, and be the champion for the trucks and the Super Late Models? Your take of that?
I think it's looking very good for Parker Retzlaff to do so. I mean, he's coming into tonight with a total of 5 wins, for himself. He's going to try to go for win number 6, possibly if he sweeps the race here in the Super Late Models, win number 7 for these Super Late. So it's looking very good for that 42 team as he just took the pole position. But Dustin Mombercat, one of the drivers that's, I'm wondering how fast is he going to be in these Super Late Models, because he really wasn't he had the pace to be up front, a top 3 contender for the trucks. I'm wondering how fast he's going to be here for the Super Late Models, and he just proved it, second on the board.
Ready for this field to get set, and oh my goodness, there goes Colton Evernham taking it down into the grass. Hey, Reaper Speed Labs, we got to get Polins, David Polins, to be more of a sponsor on LSRTV. I know he does a lot of stuff with the American iRacing League, but man, all these free plugs he's throwing out there, we gotta get him on board as a regular sponsor to our coverage.
Oh yeah, I mean, we love to have sponsors on board. Love shouting people out.
Yes, and if you would like to be a part of LSRTV, you can go to livesimracing.com. Also, wearecrn.com. Contact at LSRTV at CRN Sports for sponsorship. And I will let you also know that this series, the American iRacing League, is, of course, proudly presented by all of the fine sponsors, including Pulse Poppers Fishing Lures for the American iRacing League, presented by Reaper Speed Labs, CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated, Super Trucks and Super Late Model title sponsor, Team 126 Racing for the starting lineup. Also, we want to thank Media Graphics and Wraps. I support STR, which is, by the way, I support short track racing. So glad I found that out tonight. Thank you, Hims, Charles Wooten. LSRTV, Community Radio Network for our broadcasters. And tonight's race is presented by Moon Racing. Qualifying is done. Green flag when we come back from Stafford. We're racing for the Twin 60s at this Stafford Speedway. Welcome back to coverage. Team 126 Racing starting lineup. And by the way, here's something else we were going to tell you about. Upper Edge Racing, pavement racing for late models, super trucks, and I believe, or not super trucks, big block modifieds, pavement modifieds, and big block modifieds. All working on that. Coming soon to LSRTV and possibly on Community Radio Network. We've still got to work out some contracts, as Charles said this morning. We're ready for the Team 126 Racing starting lineup. Thomas Axum, he's coming off of a win last week. He's on the pole. Parker Retzlaff for the championship, for the sweep of the American iRacing League Summer Heat. He's on the outside of the front row in race 1. Row 2 will find Dustin Mommerket, winner last week in a super race, at 5 flags to the outside. David Polins in 33. Moon Racing and Reaper Speed Labs as a sponsor. Row number 3 will find Cole Quinton in the 51. RS Center to the outside in row number 3. Row 4 will find T-Pain, Tyler Payne in the number 18 from Manassas, Virginia. Kevin White Jr. He's had some good runs in trucks and the supers. He's ready to go in the 8th position in the 38. And around the top 10, Eric Steele and Steele Langford, the row 5 ready here at Stafford.
And then row number 6, that's when we're going to be finding that of Joshua Butler as well as Wally Wilson. And then falling back to row number 7, excuse me, we find ourselves with Ryan Polin and Mario Ercolani. And falling back to row 8, we're going to be finding that of that of Stephen Norris, and also that of Colton Everingham. And then our last lane, we're going to be finding that of Tanner Burke, as well as our race control, that of Ryan Campbell. And that should be our field. Getting ready to get going here, Wesley. We saw the trucks. They were putting on a great show for those first 2 twin races. Let's now see what super late models can do for our twin races at 60 laps.
A couple of preliminary laps before they take green, and then they will send it down into turn 1. These drivers ready for virtual go fast in the super late models. On the front row, it is the driver of Cole Axum alongside Parker Retzlaff, and these guys were bumping banging the Pink Panther alongside the Cheesehead. Ready for the finale in race 1. The CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated super late models go to green here at Stafford. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual full fendered race.
And they're already piling up, coming out of turn number 1. And there are 5, 6, almost 7 drivers all piled in.
Upside down, every which way but loose.
That's Eric Steele stuck on his roof.
Eric Steele? Is that what you said, Eric Steele?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Trying to find who initially started this, but it was just pandemonium. Going into turn number 1, no one truly had a sense of how this race was going to fold out, but they just go down low, and there they go.
Oh, no. And then goes, Eric Steele started it, and he finished it. And who's the one upside down? Is that Eric Steele? That's him. It's him upside down. Yeah.
It looked like
Holy cow.
Steele might have gotten a little bit of a bump from the 12 of Butler, and that's what initiated him to go to the grass. And when these super late models, driving in dirt racing is really not what you're supposed to be doing. Is saw the 72 getting out of shape and into everyone else.
My goodness. And I guess they're going to say this counts. The start counts. They're not going to call for a redo. So, yeah, that's...
Well, with Steele being flipped over, it looks like he's going to be calling it a night for at least the first twin race for these super late models. Everyone else still on track. 16 drivers still out there. Thomas Axum looking to get himself another win. Last time we saw him in victory lane was for race 2 back in week 3 of New Smyrna. So we'll see if 13 can find himself in victory lane. Parker Retzlaff in second, who's been winning every racetrack we've been to in almost every car, it seems like.
Yes.
This 42 is always a favorite to be in victory lane.
And you got to think, there's been times where he has literally won in Legends, Supers, late model stocks on the regular series. And by the way, I know that details will be coming soon on the American iRacing League. Probably, I'm thinking Labor Day, right before Labor Day. They'll probably have another 10 or 12 week series. Thanks to Tyler Payne and the American iRacing League. Thank you to Terry Saunders for CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated. We take care of them and they take care of us. And that is why there is such a long-standing relationship with the American iRacing League on LSRTV. Back to green flag. And it is going to be the 13 of Axum pulling out in front. The Pink Panther, I call him Samuel Dyer, in the way. And we got another heated battle going on with a couple of elite media cars. Back straightaway, side by side, door to door, 2 by 2 going into turn number 1 and 2 behind the leaders. And they're going to try to stick it 3 and 4 wide.
They were thinking about it as that was Kevin White Jr. trying to get by that of RS Center, and Center just falling back every once in a while for this 10 machine, and he's finally figuring himself out. We stay green, but Ryan Polin's having issues for himself as the 3 machine just, it has not been his night for Ryan Polin's as we stay green and single filed up front. Thomas Axum, Parker Retzlaff, these last couple of weeks, they have been just on top of one another, constantly battling, and I'm pretty sure they don't like each other very much.
In addition to that, Mario Ercolani is on the pit lane. Tony Quadros is on the pit lane. As we keep an eye on there, Axum and Retzlaff, they're 1 and 2. Right now, they're fighting it out for the championship, I believe, as well. As we also watch Dustin Momberket, and you know, Samuel, that's got to be a new pep in your step for Dustin Momberket, especially coming off of the most recent win at Five Flags last Monday night.
Yeah, that win kind of felt like it landed in his lap with having the good qualifying after the inverted setup of having the better track position for that second race last week. Certainly love to have that positioning as we've been seeing it so far this race, as Thomas Axum, he got the pole position and has not looked back ever since we went green.
It certainly has not. 50 to go. Obviously, remember the super trucks are lengthier. The super late model race is lengthy in distance than the for the super late models in the super trucks. A lot of supers in that sentence. Twin 35s, which is basically 70 laps. Dock on another 50 laps, and twin 60s, 120 laps total. And that's only counting regular distance. We might go to overtime.
Yeah, we have the potential chance of 3 attempts at overtime if needed, but we're hoping these drivers can stay green so far as we're watching the battle. Currently for 5th place, RS Center trying to get by that of David Polin's. Polin's a great showing in the trucks earlier this evening and trying to carry on that momentum with another top 5 finish, this time in the super late models.
Samuel, now do you see the reason why, and I had the privilege today to interview Ray Evernham for the Bull Ring with Speed 51 TV and talk about the Superstar racing experience, but do you see the reason why now the SRX Series debuted at a place like Stafford? You're just seeing it on iRacing.
I mean, it is short track racing, drivers on top of one another, and with the slight, there's not a lot of banking here, but with just enough to make it where the drivers are close to racing with one another, it makes complete sense why XRS would be so willing to come out here and race at this track.
And I hope my colleague and friend Kyle Rickey from the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR, is also checking this out. I sent him a link inviting him to check out this iRacing broadcast, and he works at the Stafford Motor Speedway. He cut his teeth at Stafford Motor Speedway. He also announces with another buddy of mine that we work together down at Daytona, Joe Cross, and some of our announcer buddies hopefully enjoying what is the American iRacing League and getting some more information on LSRTV. And right now, it is all Parker Retzlaff and Thomas Axum. Contact in the turn. Short track racing at its finest. Polins put the bumper to the 38 machine of Kevin White Jr. and the caution is out. That was a battle going on for fifth, and you knew it was going to bound to happen. You saw it on our broadcast. Great work on the camera by our producer, Charles Wooten and Samuel. It's a bump and run going in the corner. Polins, I think he gave him a couple of shots to try to get around him. Kevin White wouldn't move. He moved him.
Actually, I think this is the other 33 machine. This is Langford coming in, giving himself a little bit of a bump as they were battling out to see who was going to be in that 7th place position. And just he had his nose there, but just both drivers coming in the same real estate, not enough space.
My apologies to David Polins. It was still Langford that gave him the bumper there, moving around the 38 of Kevin White Jr. But with that being said, though, Samuel Dyer, 1, 2, 3 times, I'm going to move you. I'm going to give you the chance to move. If you don't move out of my way, I'm going to move you. And that's what short track racing's all about. There's nothing wrong with what we just saw.
No, I mean, those are both two drivers just trying to pressure one another, recognizing, especially here at Stafford, it takes, if you find a little opening, you've got to take that opening to make the pass, especially when you feel like you're faster than the driver in front of you. You have to be so patient on allowing the driver in front of you to make the mistake so you can pounce on it. And certainly, that was the chance for Langford to pounce and try to take that position. It looks like from race control, no penalty is going to be served to Langford. I think they're both recognizing, hey, that was a racing deal. Drivers doing their best.
No, there's not going to be a penalty. If there was a penalty, I'd protest it myself. Seriously, I mean, it was just a racing deal.
It's time to get a little bit feisty then. I thought there was going to be no penalty. It was actually just given now, EOL to the 233.
Are you serious?
Protest time.
I cannot believe it. I mean, seriously, that was not. I disagree with that. I'm sorry. I don't know who the race director is. There's been a lot of things that they should have gotten right that they got backwards. This is definitely one that's they've got warped backwards. And now with the guy telling me who it is in my ear, thank you, Hims, I now realize the reason why. Never mind.
It's one of those things, though. I mean,
I'm sorry. I don't think there should be a penalty. I'm sorry. I disagree with it. I disagree with that call.
There's always going to be those calls where us in the booth, we see it differently than what race control does. And, you know, race control, they're out there. I mean, we do have to give thanks to race control, because if there wasn't race control, a lot of these guys, it would be an absolute mess if there wasn't race control.
I have done races where, yes, I have done races before where there's not been race control and it's anarchy. And we have race control sometimes and it's still a mess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I do not agree with that call. I don't.
Well, now we're going to see if Langford can cut his way through traffic, as he'll be all the way back mired at the end of the line. As the driver's getting ready to go green, and they're taking off already.
Boy, Thomas Axum caught Retzlaff asleep at the wheel. Back to the green flag. I believe it's 20 laps to go. 37 laps to go. My bad. 37. Can we drop down to 480, please? 37 laps to go here in race number 1 for the Super Late Models. Down the front straightaway.
Cole Quinn going to be up and almost brushing the wall, losing some ground side by side for now.
Let me tell you something, Hims. Okay, you're this close. Last race of the season. I'm just gonna virtually strangle you. Okay, it's
as watching the guys battling all around the course side by side. Currently, they're going to be for 5th place is RS Center. He's going to be finding some space, giving a little bit of a shove. Going to get that of Dave Blinn stuck to the outside, and Wally Wilson now going to be trying to make the pass up to 6th.
I was going to say that, Samuel. Did you see that guy just get moved out of the way? I mean, he just got pushed up to the outside. He said, "Thank you, excuse me, coming through. Thank you for playing."
Halfway's coming, and that means you need to make your moves now. These laps are ticking away. We touched on it with the trucks. It was about 20 seconds per lap when it was at their best. Here for the super late models, we have drivers driving, putting down times sub 20 seconds. So these laps are going to be ticking away much faster than the trucks, and we're seeing it already. Our front two, they are gone from the rest of the field.
And here's the thing as well. Axum and Retzlaff are pretty much, with Mombercat also in contention. Those are your guys that are fighting for the championship in the American iRacing League, Polt's Popper Fishing Lure Summer Heat Series presented by Reaper Speed Labs here tonight from Stafford. They're right there with one another. You cannot talk about any better battle for virtual iRacing for a championship than what we're seeing right there. Those 3 drivers, they're right there in the top 3. May the best one win. And right now, the Pink Panther of Thomas Axum is prevailing.
Yeah, and Axum, I mean, whenever he is up front, he's probably one of the hardest drivers to get by. The Pink Panther has just been so consistent. Yep. He rarely makes a mistake, and usually it's Axum. He's going to get bumped by someone else that gets him out of shape, or they catch up to lap traffic. That can be another factor to try to get some type of pick on the driver. But right now, Parker Retzlaff, it's more of just a cruise control for himself. We've been seeing Parker Retzlaff for the super late models. He's won every single first twin race at every race we've gone to so far this season. He's trying to make it 5 in a row, sweeping the season for race 1. It's that second race where he gets pushed back to 8th, where we see all the troubles come for Retzlaff. But currently right now, it's going to be a lot of work. Might have to send it in a little bit deeper than he wants to, or hope that Axum makes a mistake if we want to see the 42 back in victory lane.
It was advertised here tonight for the Moon Racing finale here at Stafford that it is in capital letters, extremely tight championship battles. We know Parker Retzlaff won the battle and the war. Race 1 for the trucks, he had enough to finish to win the championship. Now, can he hold off Exum and Mombercat, who are right there within a cat's whisker of trying to take the championship, but to win the war? You also got to win these small battles. The first battle is on track now in race 1 for the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Super Late Models. And Samuel Dyer, we are coming up on 20 laps to go. And these drivers are again right there in the top 3 here at Stafford.
And it seems like they're always the top 3. Then you've got that of Cole Quinton in 4th. RS Center going to be in 5th place. The driver that I'm most impressed about currently is driver in 6th place. You got Wally Wilson being pressured by David Polins, and Wally has moved up from 12th position up to 6th place. A great rebound for the 17 that did not get the qualifying run he wanted, but the race pace is there as he's been just slowly letting everyone else ruin and have mistakes, which is gifted positions to this 69 machine.
We want to also send a welcoming to Elite Performance Industries. They have jumped on board with the American iRacing League. Charles, I know you were interested in wanting to get some racing shirts done with LSRTV and some other things. This might be somebody to get a hold of, possibly. Elite Performance Industry, setups, coaching, schemes, apparel. Let them help you out. Yes.
And looking at the
Bulletproof
field,
tees. Not taking anything away from Bulletproof tees as well. Thank you. Yes.
Hard contact for the 14 further back in the field, currently in 12th position. Tanner Berg, who's going to be getting hard in the outside wall coming out of 4. He is now limping this 14 car around the course. Pit road looking like the place to be after that hard contact.
Coverage of the American iRacing League on our broadcast partners, LSRTV Community Radio Network, is presented by Polt's Poppers Fishing Lures, Reaper Speed Lab, CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated, Team 126 Racing. Thank you also to Elite Media Graphics and Wraps and iSupport STR, as well as most recently, again, a partnership that was announced with I just mentioned him a moment ago, Elite Performance Industries. We are here, Samuel Dyer alongside Wesley Outland. We're the voices of this broadcast as we are approaching now the home stretch. Samuel, right now, Thomas is leading 2/3 of the way here. When does Parker Retzlaff make his move? Or even Momberkit make his move on a 2-for-1 special on Retzlaff and Axum?
I think it might be too late. I mean, right now, Parker Retzlaff has been losing ground each and every lap for the past 5, almost 10 laps now. It went from being within a tenth to 2/10 for the first about 30 laps of this race, and it has just grown to almost over 7/10 is the difference between the 13 and the 42. That gap is even too far. Even if Parker Retzlaff just sent it in using 0 brakes and tried to use the 13 as his brake through the corners, that gap just too large for Parker Retzlaff. He's gonna need Thomas Axum to burn up those tires quickly, and it looks like, as we touch on it, that's exactly what he's doing, as the gap has just been teeter-tottering around a half a second to 6/10 in this past lap.
The question is, Samuel, who will be the champion?
I can't believe you actually did that. I would say Parker Retzlaff is probably the one to watch out for, but it's all going to come down in that second race, really, for the points. If that of Axum, Retzlaff, Momberkit all could stay close to one another, when that second race inverts, we're going to have Momberkit being ahead of both those drivers, and it's whoever can survive through the traffic that is the best shot of winning this championship.
Thank you. Yeah, as Samuel calls that, that is my Wizard of Oz voice. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, as Samuel and Charles said as well. Yeah, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. 15 to go.
Drivers contact, back for 5th place. Wally Wilson, David Polins, RS Center.
Missed him.
And we stack them up and we try it again, as we were green for a lot of that time. But this is all going to start off with RS Center getting himself out of shape and causing both Polins and that of Wally Wilson to go 3 wide, and it did not go well into turn number 1.
Let's watch. Sorry about that. Let's watch the Pulse Poppers Fishing Lure instant replay. We will see it. 69 into the 33. Now that's Polins. And that was a little contact. They tried to stick it 3 wide, and Wally! Oh, it Polins in the wall, but he kept going.
And that's exactly what brings out our yellow here. And we stack him up, try this again. And when we go green, it's going to be, I believe, less than 10 laps to go, which is going to be putting this field in kind of a must wreck scenario for some of these drivers that are a little bit too far back.
a must wreck scenario. Must wreck scenario. Thank you, Samuel. I like that. Must wreck scenario. All right, what did you say, Oz? Must wreck scenario. We're just having fun. I've got to stop hitting that button. I'm sorry. I found it earlier this afternoon, and since then I've been, randomly hitting it at times. So
it's just a giant red button. You're just like, I gotta touch it. I gotta touch it.
American iRacing League. Thank you. It does make my voice sound a lot more. Hey, by the way, and this is what gets me. Now, definitely I would sound that way if I sounded this way. But I had somebody the other day comment on a MAV TV broadcast I did, and I got tagged in the post, and they said that I had a robotic vocal, how do I say it? Let me find the appropriate word here. Somebody said that I had a bionic vocal cords. What does bionic vocal cords mean? Because I looked up Google and it said something in regards to a robot. And I don't think I sound like a robot.
I mean, you certainly have the go, go, go voice of you can constantly go forever as the pace truck pulls off. Wesley, it's 10 laps to go and we go green.
And we're going to prove that the reason why I have a bionic voice is the green flag goes back in the air. We're back to racing here. Is it going to go down? Also be an auctioneer into turn number 1, and they're sold. Axum and Red Slap, Bombercat 1, 2, and 3 for the championship. Down the back straightaway, coming to the end of this deal into turn 3.
Kevin White's going to be pushed off the course. We stay green. Nope, there goes the yellow because they're wrecking through 3 and 4. And it's Tyler Payne as well as Steve Norris going to be bringing out this upcoming yellow.
All right.
So it's going to be on this wreck entering turn 3. Ryan Palin's going to be coming in
here.
A little bit too aggressive.
Oh,
going to
just stack the
first.
field.
That's going to be taking out White Jr. And then as they go through 3 and 4, Ryan Palin's gets contact between himself and Steel Lakeford, and then taking out Tyler Payne that spun him around, bringing out this yellow.
All right. Thomas Axum is leading the way. You'll give me. You're hilarious. Thomas Axum is leading. Oh no, that's a good idea. Hey, put it out. I just can't do it. Now who's the tightwad? Thomas, no, me and you need to talk like businessmen. Like you said, we need a contract. Let's have a contract. Well, you know what the great Ray Kroc said about you know who Ray Kroc is, right?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got money, so share the wealth. But you know what the great Ray Kroc always said about contracts?
What would he say?
Contracts are like hearts. They're meant to be broken.
Oh, that's dangerous.
No, that's what he said. I mean, do you know who Ray Kroc is? The McDonald's guy, the guy that founded McDonald's?
Oh, that's his name?
Yeah, Ray Kroc. He was Ray Kroc, the promoter. He was not the owner. Ray Kroc was not the original owner of McDonald's. He was a promoter and he was an entrepreneur. And basically, he was being totally screwed over by his, and he found a loophole in finding a way to turn McDonald's into a real estate franchise fast food business instead of making it at a restaurant. And he turned around and he bought out his competition. And one of the things they said was, you can't do that. We have a contract. And his final words to them on the phone before the guy had a heart attack was, contracts are like hearts. They're meant to be broken.
Find them loopholes, you certainly can get away with a lot of things.
Yeah. So I want a contract, Charles, and then I can break it. All right.
You two are both bickering about contracts. Pace
Let's
car's
go back
rolling
to
off.
green here. 5 to go. Pace truck is coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Race 1, Axum, Red Slap, front row, and Axum 4 or 5 other times before. Able to get him asleep at the wheel. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1 in the back. I think we got a caution.
Nah, they somehow hold on.
Holy hell.
Joshua Butler was the one that went completely low. They hold on. Oh, no.
Look out.
He's sliding into the barriers. Hard contact for Ryan Palins, but we still stay green as up front. Thomas Axum, he's going to be ducking it low, protecting. Brian Retzlaff has to go high, and he's going to lose position possibly. Marberket's right there on the bottom quarter panel.
Holy cow, we've had 2 or 3 cautions in different parts of the track, and they've still not threw the flag. Laps winding down here. Axum is pulling away. He will send it into the turn. 3 laps to go. Axum out in front, followed by the machine of Retzlaff, Bombercat for the championship. Down into the 3rd turn. They come to the line. It will be 2 to go at the stripe. The CRN 1 to go. 1 lap remaining now as they go to turn 1 for the final time. It is Axum's race to lose down the back straightaway. Retzlaff doesn't have enough time as they go to the 3rd turn, Samuel Dyer.
Thomas Axum breaking the streak from Ryan Retzlaff, who's been winning the first race every single week this 5-week stretch. It's Thomas Axum winning race number 1. Twin race goes to the 13.
Parker Retzlaff won race 1 at 5 Flags last week. Dustin Mombercat won race 2 last week. And now we set ourselves up for what will be the final race of the Summer Heat Series. A quick break. When we return, we're not taking a break. Okay. They're going straight through again. Samuel Dyer, your of race 1 before we get ready for what will be the final race of the Summer Heat Series in 2021 for the American iRacing League.
Yeah, I mean, all season long, we've been seeing how traction, having that pole position has been so important. But here at Stafford, it seems to be the most important thing. If you got that pole position, you get the good restarts, it is very difficult for anyone to get by you unless they use the bumper to get by. So whoever's going to be having that pole position, looking back to see who's going to be getting it, looks like pole position going to be going to that of Joshua Butler, who we've seen get loose on these restarts, but that of Steele Lakeford, who has won already this season. He won back at Langley for week number 2 of the season. Watch out for that 2:33 up front when we get green.
Well, somebody was trying to sneak in a couple of laps on the practice during the intermission, but yeah, that just got eliminated. It is go time for the final time for the American iRacing League. Here is your Team 126 Racing starting lineup. We will move to the back, or from the front to the back very quickly, as the lineup is on the grid, ready. Here we go. On the pole, the number 12 machine on the invert, it is Joshua Butler. To the outside, still Langford in the 233. Row 2 will find Wally Wilson in RS Center in the 17 of the 110. Row 3, Cole Quinton in the 51. Dustin Mombercat, the best of the first 3 cars at the finish of race 1. He's 6. 4 on the invert, it's row 1 from the finish. Parker Retzlaff, runner-up of race 1. Thomas Axum to the outside. David Polins, Kevin White Jr., your top 10 as the field is rolling.
Field's getting ready to roll. Going to be back in row number 7. We find that of Tyler Payne as well as Steve Norris. And then finishing out 13th and 14th, got Ryan Polins, Colton Everham. Tyler Quattro's going to be in 15th place. We'll see if the 14 of Tanner Burks shows up, but it doesn't look like it. Last car on track that is gridded up. That's going to be Mario Orlani, who's going to be sitting there for the 41. But Mario's been having a tough day. His goal, just finish the race.
Ready. The lineup is set. Team 126 Racing, by the way, thank you for them. We've got them for about another 5 months. Team 126 Racing as a sponsor. Pace truck is in. Samuel Dyer, you bring them to green here for the final race.
Butler as well as Langford going to be getting us to the green flag as they come to turn number 1. Already 3 wide action to the back. Got to watch out for those drivers that already have won this race. That's going to be Thomas Axum, who's got to cut his way through the field, but you also got Mombercat and that of Retzlaff. Their goal, get up front, be the first car of those 3 to be up front, and you got a shot to win this thing.
These guys will send it off of that 4th turn here at Stafford. Whoa,
they're already going.
Away, they're wrecking. Trouble in the grass. And they're 3 wide, no caution yet. Retzlaff and Axum holding it together. And Samuel, that's one of the things I love about Stafford Motor Speedway is the fact that you can drive this place hard. It's a short track, but it's still got plenty of room where you can have calamity, have a spin. You can get right back on the throttle and keep going. Or they're out of harm's way and the race can continue.
A little bit of dual calamity. Cole Quinton, he got himself into trouble coming into the entry of turn 1. Out of turn 2 is Tony Quattros, who's going to be hoping to get back up to speed. But up front, it's Joshua Butler, Wally Wilson, and then Steele Langford back in 3rd position.
This is it for race number 2 and the finale for the American iRacing League. Boy, it has been a fun one. This has been an exciting race at Stafford. Samuel, I don't like to per se say we hype things up for false news or fake news. We told you 2 weeks ago, we told you at the beginning of the summer series that Stafford, as the championship finale, is going to be one awesome place. Leaders wreck each other.
Butler, Wilson, they're going back up onto the track.
And no caution. What? Wow, are you kidding me? And now it's the yellow flag now. Oh, wow. You got Wilson up against the fence. Or that's Butler. Yes. That's Butler up against the fence. Wilson continuing.
It was coming at it, turn number 2. Wally Wilson was trying to make the pass on Butler, and just both drivers making a little bit of contact coming out of the exit of turn 2. We're going to be seeing it here side by side, and nowhere for either of them to really go. And they just went through the grass, and this is the scary part. They didn't hit any barriers, straight back up into the field.
Well, well, well. He's trying to tempt me. He was like, go ahead and play that voice again, Wesley. No, you told me it can't. I at least get one freebie out of the deal, right? At least one freebie.
No, you had the first race.
Shut up, Samuel. This is not your negotiation.
Oh. What? Well, as Hims and Wesley are having their contract debating going on, Wally Wilson, who was involved in that wreck, because he was still up front, even though he was cutting through the course, he's going to be keeping the lead lap.
He never stopped.
He's keeping the lead position.
He never stopped. He never lost forward momentum. Can we show this again, Charles? It's too far back. Okay, you didn't pay the internet bill. Let's go.
Oh, never mind. It is I talk on a driver that is involved in a wreck, and immediately they get deemed with a penalty, as Wally Wilson will get the EOL.
That is who is this race director? No wonder. No wonder. Okay, never mind.
And with that EOL penalty, and with everyone's trying to stack up, this is when things can complicate, because Wally's got to drop down.
He's staying in the lead. He said, screw you. I'm not leaving. I'm not getting out of the way. Is it?
Oh, he's debating. Is he? Oh, there he goes.
I would fight. I would debate. I would debate too, Wally.
Protest?
Wally! Seriously,
well,
what in the
now
world,
gets the
man?
lead.
He ain't happy. He's not happy, though. Green flag.
And it's going to be Langford up front with that of Marquette, then of center behind as they are side by side. Parker Retzlaff on the outside of row number 3. And also Thomas Axum, our winner of the first of the twin races here tonight for the super late models, finding himself back in 6th position.
Hey,
a lot of traffic goodbye.
Was it still Langford, the one that was upside down at the start of race number 1?
That was Eric Steele that was upside down for that one.
Okay, yeah.
Langford was the guy that you were saying we got to protest for race 1 for getting the penalty.
Oh, there you go. Yes, I got his back. I mean, I don't, but I got his back virtually.
We already got a wreck in the back, though. Another yellow comes, and it's going to be the 41 and the 16. Wrecking in the back.
Wrecking in the back, and the caution is out. Coming up, by the way, thanks to Pulse Poppers, not only for sponsoring the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series, but also they sponsor the replays on LSRTV.
Well, hey there, Wally. That's Tony Quattros, and he was doing his best to try to get by Quattros, but you're going to see on the entry here, just gets below, and well, bye, Tony.
Wow. I think Wally Wilson was definitely just getting a little, what's the word I'm thinking of? A little bit impatient and driving aggressively to try to get back to the front.
Patient, aggressive. He was up front and leading this race at one moment, and now finds himself possibly getting another EOL for the 17.
49 to go. Bill Langford leads. Final race of the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series. Damn it. Why does it have to come to an end? Back with more from Stafford in a moment. We'll add it into our contract with the thing, okay? Will that work? Sorry, we were contract negotiating on the air. I'm sorry about that. We were negotiating on the air a contract. My bad. I thought we were on commercial. We're not. Welcome back. You don't need to hear our business.
I mean, your business is very interesting. I'm always hearing. With Wally Wilson's incident, though, that's the second EOL. He has been removed, and the 17 comes to a quick short as we are back racing underway. Going to be Steele Langford, Dustin Mombercat, also Parker Retzlaff. Your top three. Retzlaff into the grass as he goes sliding back into the field.
Wow.
He's right in front of Axum. Axum contact.
Well.
Oh,
and they're staying
no, Parker!
green.
He is on his side!
That was
They're
intentional if I've never seen it.
Yellow flag waves.
And they're still crashing, and Parker Retzlaff is in it. That looked intentional. Just saying.
Oh my goodness.
David Polin, is it Polins?
That is David Polins that we're going to be seeing here, and it's just such a tricky spot.
He was up on the wall, on the fence. I can't tell. Retzlaff already in the grass. And then Thomas Axum gave him up in the pants. And then, oh, he didn't do it intentional. No, he did not. Polins got turned off the 13 of Axum, and then Retzlaff got turned. What's the car that rode up on the wall? Let's find him.
That was Parker Retzlaff.
That'll be fun to watch. Let's watch this one real quick.
I mean, for Retzlaff, it all started all wrong right from the start. Try to get back underway.
Here's a replay.
Clear and gets clipped by RS.
Whoa, watch this again and watch that 42. We're going to go on board with him next. Look at Axum, a punt in the pants. In the rear. Look at this. And then, whoa! Oh my God! Oh wow! But here's the thing, Samuel, and here's the deal. Take this honestly. If that car would not have been there, Parker Retzlaff race would probably be done.
I
think he's done anyway.
He's in pit road.
Wow.
There are no fast repairs for these cars during this 60-lap run. You also cannot take tires. So right now, Parker Retzlaff not looking good. He's already a lap down. He's soon to be going 2 laps down. It is not looking good for Parker Retzlaff. This is the first race so far in this little mini season that Parker Retzlaff is not looking like he is going to win in the super late models.
Wow. But does he have enough for a championship? That's the question. Is there enough done from race 1, runner-up in race 1, and at least salvaging what he's done through the season to win the championship at least? Samuel, that will be a heartbreaker. But again, it is not the 33 of David Polins' fault. And let's be honest, Polins is in the damage. Retzlaff has damage. I would say what's going on with the 13 of Thomas Axum. You know, he got slung every which way but loose.
Yeah, Axum is the driver that I'm most concerned about. He really hit the rear end of Retzlaff pretty hard, and there's a chance that we could see that 13 engine issues could be a factor here on those temps. When you got front end damage, it's a factor. Also, David Polins came into pit road. He has parked it for the day. Wesley, we're going green.
Polins is out. Retzlaff with damage as well. 20 in, 40 to go. The finale of the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series at Stafford, and away we go again off to it's down the back straight away. It's still Langford out in front, but Dustin Mombercat, we ain't talked about this story, Sam Dyer. Mombercat, winner last week at 5 Flags. He could be the one to shut the door and pull an upset win and championship. He's all over Langford off
Yeah, Marquette needs to make this pass for the lead as well as make sure that Thomas Axum does not make the pass and follow him in his tracks. It's going to be one of the hardest passes that Marquette can do. Needs to make sure there is enough points gap between himself and Axum to try to go for a championship here. It is going to be a close one, but that's a Dustin Marquette. He's trying to get 2 wins in a row with the win last week at 5 Flags, trying to get his second win in the super late models here at Stafford. He's right on that back bumper. If anything, he might want to think about moving the 233, but we've already seen if you make any type of movement to make anyone get wrecked out, you could be getting an EOL. The drivers have to think smart here.
Samuel, I made that comment here also that, you know, don't get me wrong, you've got some drivers, Langford under attack by Marquette down to the inside. Open up the door also for Thomas Axum. And Axum is there, even though he's got a little damage on that 13 car. Looks like he's fighting, steering the handling off the corner, tied in loose off the center. He is still right there with Marquette. But what I was going to say was, even though you've got some drivers that they know they can't push it because they could get penalized, you got other guys, they ain't got nothing to lose. The season's over. There might be some redemption of some things that happened with some other drivers earlier in the year. You might see that type of racing here tonight.
Our top 3 have all won so far. Oh no, already spun around. Ryan Pollins.
Whoa! In the grass, no caution. They throw the yellow. 33 to go. The caution's out.
Ryan Pollins getting tossed around like a saucer. Gets on the throttle a little bit too soon. Self-spinning for himself. You'll see here on the replay. But our front 3, all drivers that have won so far this season, I'm wondering, will that of Cole Quinton, he was being the fastest car on track before this yellow came out. At 51 in 4th place, he's a car to watch out for, as we're going to be seeing this of Ryan Pollins. Going to be coming out turn number 4 and just loops it himself.
Watch this, Pollins nowhere to go, and everyone else stacked up behind them. Quick break, we're just at halfway. More coverage when we return from Stafford, your home for sim racing, LSRTV. LiveSimRacing.com, Community Radio Network, we are CRN.com, and this is the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series finale.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Back here at Stafford, it is halfway, 30 down, 30 to go. The finale of the Summer Heat Series of the American iRacing League, presented by Pulse Poppers Fishing Lures and Reaper Speed Lab. Samuel Dyer, I'm Wesley Outland. Hims, Charles Wooten has done a phenomenal job on the cameras here at Stafford. The place that Jack Arut's family built, the Arut family built, ready for the restart. Here, Langford, Marquette. Axum is there with him. Car bouncing off the wall in the back. We're back to green. Whoa, looky here, Samuel. Open the door. Axum was opening the door. Almost into the wall was Marquette.
Langford throwing Marquette into the wall, and they're going to be spinning behind.
Wow.
Ryan Pollins as well as the 41.
Mario Ercolani spins in 41. Super Mario. Super Stafford tonight for 41, and the caution out. Samuel, I know we want to catch the caution on the Pulse Popper instant replay, but man, oh man, did you see where Langford about pinched Marquette in the wall? I don't know if that was intentional. There's where Ercolani hit the wall on the restart, and then he spun. But I want to know if we can go back to the front row after we show the caution here. Ercolani, he just got turned into the 16, nowhere to go. And collected also possibly the 25. And that was, wow. Watch the replay, Samuel. You talked about it. Man, he pinched him. It looked like it was a Days of Thunder cold trickle Russ Wheeler move.
It was one of those things where Dustin Maubercat just doing his best to hold on the outside, but Steele Langford, we're going to see it on the exit of the corner, just drift up, get into the 19, and continue to kind of use him as a buffer.
Oh!
Completely puts him back into the wall.
And that's just racing, Samuel. That's not bad. That's not intentional. Yes, he could have put him in the fence, but that's just racing. That's hard racing virtually.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the corners and exiting out, it's kind of like a funnel where the drivers and the cars just want to throw you out to the outside wall. And it's one of those things where if you get on the throttle too soon, you're going to find your car wanting to drift up a little bit more than it was prior to that. And I think for Langford, he had to get on the throttle sooner because of the momentum that Maubercat was going to get coming out of turn 2 there. It kind of was a defensive move, but both drivers staying in first and second place. The driver I'm concerned about, though, for that Maubercat has to be Thomas Axum. If he can get a great launcher on this next restart, he's on the inside to might be able to make the move, even though the 13 is absolutely just destroyed.
I was going to say that he's damaged. He is damaged on the left front of that car, possibly the right front, more on the left, and he is still hanging in there. Boy, what a race. Samuel, what a race. What a series. I love the American iRacing League. This is awesome. What a program that Tyler Payne's put together. And speaking of T-Payne, Samuel, he's in the top 5. He's right there within the battle of this finish. Green flag at Stafford.
Our front four are going to be trying to get as good of a launch as possible, trying to get already single filed. Quinn going to give it a little bit of a shove to that of Axum. It gets below him.
Axum up high in the battle for the lead. Contact! No. There's contact. He turned him. Maubercat spins. Langford spins. They're crashing. They're flipping. They're wrecking. Oh my goodness. RS Center upside down. Polins is involved. All hell is broke loose at Stafford in turn 3. And it's all for the race and the championship.
Maubercat just can't get a chance. He was doing everything on his power, finally got to the inside, trying to make the pass clean, and just like that, Langford finds himself getting loose, and around goes the 33.
Maubercat and Langford right there. Polins involved.
That was Kevin White that went scattering into the grass.
Kevin White. Somebody went flying through the air. I believe I can fly. Look out, R. Kelly.
Yeah, the car that went flipping, that was center.
Oh, my goodness. Samuel. Wow.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this...
Can we see this again? Can we see this again? Who flipped?
I believe that was RS Center.
Let's ride on board with the 10, the 110 of RS Center. Real quickly, the replay. Samuel Dyer, I'll let you also add dialogue to this. Have you ever, not only for the race, but the championship as well?
I mean, it was just the fact that the 10 got squeezed up into the outside wall. You're going to see him just, once we get onto the restart, just nowhere to go for RS. And he just gets pinched up and finds himself flipping here once we get onto the back stretch.
And it all started with Thomas Axum getting loose at first. Watch this right now.
I mean, it was all up front where we got to see the drivers, that of Langford and also Maubercat, finding themselves and coming back up onto the track, nowhere to go, then gets hit from behind and just turns into a barrel rolling and a tosser. And you see Maubercat as well as Langford understanding we got to get up to speed as quick as possible. But with that wreck, we now have more drivers in pit road.
20 laps to go.
And
Samuel, I would be hard-pressed to say, in my opinion, iRacing event of the year right here.
Oh, it's been a blast to watch.
I'm saying this right now. This has got to be iRacing event of the year. Y'all better take this event and probably put it in that iRacing top 10 monthly. The hell with the month of July. You need to put it in the year because this has been one for the record books tonight at Stafford. Wow.
I mean, a big props to, this whole entire, summer heat challenge that these guys have had for the last 5 weeks. We saw those first 2 weeks. It was caution fest for all the races that were going on. We got to see the super trucks. They really cleaned it up. Yes, there were a lot of cautions that came out, but they really cleaned it out through these 5 races. And for the super late models, it's going to get scrappy. It's all about who can get the win here.
Under 20 to go. Retzlaff is gone. Momberket is now out. Axum beaten, battered, banged, bruised, looking like a beat-up Pink Panther. Beat is still in the fight. He's in second. And a new man up to the lead now. It's Cole Quinton in the 51. 18 to go. Here at Stafford, 17 when they come to the line.
Cole Quinn, when we were having our long green flag run, Cole Quinn was actually the fastest car there, but once again, quick caution coming out.
Caution out. It's the 16, and it's Tony Quattros going around in Quattro turn 4. Upper Edge Racing Series, it's going to be fun.
We're going to be seeing the wreck here.
You better put me in the broadcast booth for that. If not, I hate you.
We're going to be seeing the wreck. It's going to be coming out of turn 4. Mombercat's going to try to get to the inside of Quattros and just
I don't think it was intentional, the battle of the 16s. Yeah.
Yeah, for Mombercat, he needs to get up front as fast as possible.
He has got to go. Yes.
Yeah.
They are penalizing Dustin Mombercat. They are sending him to the...
We're still waiting on the call.
We're waiting on race control here. I don't think it was rough driving, but he's got to go. He's in 7th. He's got to go.
We've seen other wrecks where we thought there wasn't going to be a penalty come out, and it's come out. So
half the field has been eliminated.
Yeah, but still, you'll be sent back for that type of an incident.
Yes, it would be both Tony Quattros and Dustin Mombercat, but any fault here? I don't know. 15 to go, and they are going to penalize him. He will go to the tail. There you see him waiting.
To the back, and a little bit of frustration for Dustin Mombercat. I believe on the last restart, they actually took away his ability to chat because he was so frustrated from getting taken out by Langford. So frustration for, we know it was championship racing here. Thomas Axum
you don't
and
think
Mombercat.
You don't think these guys have an emotional presence wanting to win this championship? You have literally seen 3 drivers fight their virtuals out and get somehow beaten, battered, banged, destroyed, parked. Retzlaff out. Mombercat involved in that big wreck, fighting with still for the lead, to the rear, fighting again, got into Quattros, put to the tail. He will send it again, I know. Time running out though with 13 to go. And then Samuel, there is the Pink Panther, Thomas Axum. His car looks like he got beat up by Yogi Bear. And the Pink Panther is still in this dogfight to win the championship.
Yeah, and having all the caution laps that have come out, it's really helped the Pink Panther for him to stay in this racing contention as green flag back in the air.
What a race it has been, and it is down the final laps, down into turn 2, back straightaway. 12 to go at Stafford. Race of the year, in my opinion, so far on LSRTV, and for those that are listening, Community Radio Network. 11 to go. Battle in Stafford continues for the win, for the championship. It's still 18 out in front. Quinton, Axum, Evernham is up there. Tyler Payne is in 4th. And Mombercat is back in 8th.
Mombercat's got to do a lot of work if he wants to get up there. But looking at the field right now, side-by-side action going on for that 4th place position, 3rd place position. Everingham got to be careful up close to the wall. They're 3 wide, and it looks like for that of Quinn Everingham, his engine might be something to watch out for. Into the wall now, Ryan Pullen.
Whoa! Trouble. Pullen ends up against the wall. He rim righted the concrete first, and there's the yellow flag. Caution out. All in turn 3. Samuel Dyer, you saw it first.
Just trying to keep themselves equal distance in the 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. And for Ryan Polins, he gave himself plenty of room, didn't hit anyone else, but that outside wall snuck up on himself. We're going to see it coming out of turn number 4. Drivers side by side doing a lot of work to try to figure out how to get by that of Everingham, and just didn't work out for the 25. Up into the wall, and away he goes spinning. Luckily, the rest of the field did get by him. No other contact, just the 25 by his lonesome.
Why can't we be friends? Thomas Quinton, first time ever. I believe this would be his first career win. He would be his first career win, Samuel Dyer, if he puts it off in the American iRacing League.
I mean, for Cole Quinn, yeah. I mean, this is going to be his first time winning, at least in this 5-week stint.
Unofficially coming from him, as we're under 10 to go. We're still in the regular distance of the race, not overtime yet. There's still temps. This would also be Tyler Payne's best finish of the season, a top 3 in the Supers.
I mean, there's a lot of drivers here that are trying to get their
all year. I know he's going to be probably. I know Tyler Payne will definitely be on in closing to recap the season, and so we always do with the promoters, and then acknowledge and make the formal induction of the champion. Who will it be? Retzlaff is out. Momberket not giving up. He's the Rocky Balboa of the American iRacing League tonight at Stafford. And then you've got the Clubber Lang of the Pink Panther, Thomas Axum, trying to win the championship in an upset here. And Thomas Quinton trying to win the battle, the war, green flag, final laps remaining at Stafford.
Axum trying to get low, going onto the apron, trying to get the best that he can, launching out the corner, but it's going to be Cole Quinn still on the outside. Gotta hope that you don't get a bump here, but hard racing as they come out of 4.
Off of turn 4, onto the straightaway. A couple of laps now, 4 to go. 4 remaining at Stafford. Oh, that goes on. Look at this battle going on. 33 battling the 12. They ran a nice battle earlier. This goes into turn 3, 4 to go, 3 to go at the line. The battle between Still Langford and Joshua Butler.
Still watching that great battling that's going on back for 5th position up front. Cole Quinn, he's still getting a great launch, and the longer the run goes on, the more that Thomas Axum's going to be stuck in a trap because of how much damage he has as they're coming out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go.
2 remaining. Looking for a first-time win on the American iRacing League. Can he hold on? Back straightaway. Quinton, Axum, somebody better send it. Coming to the CRN, 1 to go of the race at Stafford and of the season of the American iRacing League. 1 to go into turn 1.
Cole Quinn, he's got the space. He just needs to get a good launch. I think that Thomas Axum, if he's going to get the win, he's got a full send into turn number 3. Cole Quinn, he's got enough space. He just needs to get a good launch. The 51, I think he's got it out. Come out 4.
Not there, not there. Thomas Quinton wins on the American iRacing League, and I believe the Pink Panther, Thomas Axum, beaten, battered, banged, and bruised. The Pink Band-Aid will win the championship. What a hell of a finish with the American iRacing League at Stafford. One that virtual iRacing will never forget. What a show. Another first-time winner in Thomas Quinton, and Thomas Axum, Samuel Dyer, he's won that championship. Cole Quinton has won the race. Thomas Axum, the champion. Wow.
Both are going to get to burn it down, and so much hard work for all these drivers out here. For Cole Quinn, he really had to work all race long to try to cut his way up through the field. Thomas Axum, he had the adversity of being involved in all those wrecks and somehow had that car limping around this course and getting a 2nd place finish. And luckily for him, Dustin Momberket, the luck just was not there after all the incidents that he had with that of Steele Langford.
In the words of the song by Jason Aldean, they are burning it down, and he is certainly doing just that. Cole Quentin burning down the pavement, burning down the virtual grass, and the championship to Thomas Axum. Samuel Dyer, the first time these words were used were by Mike Joy, Larry Mack, and Darrell Waltrip in the broadcast booth after Darlington in 2002. Have you ever? It continues even in virtual iRacing tonight. What a battle. All these guys are superstars in my book.
Oh, it was a blast to watch, especially with the finale here for the super late models. You really didn't know. I mean, for Dustin Marbercat, you thought he was in the driver's seat for a second there, and then being caught up in the wreck, and then was tossed to that of Thomas Axum. And for Parker Retzlaff, who had the most wins coming into the super late models, it just wasn't there for these final two races.
The results for the final event of the Pulse Pomper Fishing Lures American iRacing League Summer Heat Series presented by Reaper and Elite Media. Cole Quentin wins the race, the battle, the war. Thomas Axum second and wins the championship. Tyler Payne is third. Best finish of the season for T-Pain and the creator of this madness that is the American iRacing League we love every Monday night. Colton Everett Hammond's fourth. Joshua Butler, what a way to redeem himself in the Racing Stripes yellow number 12. Kevin White Jr. coming back through the field in the 38, sixth. Dustin Momberket, give him an A for effort. He tried. He'll settle for the championship in second, seventh in the race. Still Langford, what might have been, looking for his first win. Tony Quadros, Mario Ercolani, that's a top 10, Samuel. That's probably his best finish in the series this year.
For Ercolani, it was all about surviving, and he did it here tonight, falling back to 11th, though. That's when we find that of Steve Norris. As well in 12th, we find Ryan Polins. Both Polins are actually removed. We're not able to finish out this race. RS Center found himself flipping. Parker Retzlaff, what a way to finish out this race. And just Sparks was not able to finish in the top 10 for that 42. David Polins, as well as Wally Wilson, going to be your top 16 that finished out this race. Everyone else did not even start.
What a finish. A quick break. When we return, we will talk to the winner. We will talk to the top three. And we will talk to the champion. We'll knock it all out at one time because literally the battle and the war of the super late models presented by CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated was decided on the podium. More when we return from Stafford. LSRTV Community Radio Network coverage of the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series finale. It was. All right, welcome back. We've got a couple of drivers that have either are just completely exhausted and tired from this crazy race, or they're having connection issues and they're not able to connect. One guy we are able to grab is the race 1 winner and the champion by virtue of finishing second, Thomas Axum. By the way, congratulations to Cole Quinton, Tyler Payne. We wanted to grab them guys as being obviously Tyler Payne, the promoter of the American iRacing League Series, and in addition to that, his best finish of the year, third in the Super. But Thomas, champion, congratulations. You won race 1. You did what you needed to do. But then you turned around and all hell broke loose the second 60-lapper. Your car, beaten, battered, bang, bruised. I used the scenario that you was the club relaying of the American iRacing League tonight. You were the Pink Panther wins the championship. Thomas, what a comeback. What a race tonight was here at Stafford.
Yeah, like the first race of the year, coming to the checker to the second race, I was doing okay in points. I got DQ'd, and man, I kind of thought that hurt me. But to make a bounce back and just to bring the Pink Panther up here and park it for a championship that I was short 2 seasons ago in this league. I was short by just 2 points. So to get it by just a few points again this time for in my favor definitely means a lot.
I mean, Thomas, it was a great run for that first race. The second one, though, you were so beaten, battered. First, how was it trying to drive with such a broken car? And two, what was the engine looking like there late in the race with how much nose damage you had?
Yeah, the motor was okay. Luckily, my motor actually just blew up no more than 5 minutes ago sitting here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was actually clutching it under caution, just keep an eye on it, but temps were good. And that was a concern for a little bit, but I had to look past that and focus on my right out of my windshield, because that's where all the drama was going down. I was just able to get the Pink Panther through, a little beat and bang, but nothing a little work during the week can't get finished and cleaned up to load it up in the trailer and on to the next races.
Samuel, obviously, me and him called the race, and Thomas, we're hearing some drivers are kind of showing their displeasure, if you will, on the finish of this event. What's your take of the race? Do you think there was good racing, bad racing, some bad moves, maybe some payback, retaliation, guys desperate like Cole Quinton trying to get a first career win on the series? What's your take as the champion at the top of the mountain that can add more to this conversation?
Just impatience, that's all. Like 60 laps, people in their head think, oh, that's half a long distance race. But no, 60 laps is a long race. I mean, once you get to 30, I mean, that's only halfway. 30 is a good amount of time. Tires just get beat up after 30. Just impatient, but to be patient, and that's how you get to conquer and get on the top of the hill. You be patient and drive through it all, and just try and stay as clean as you can and try and dominate. I had the goal of starting first for the first race, leading that one, having the 4-point gap going into the second race to have a cushion. Everything worked in favor. The second race we went in blindfolded because of the invert, but it makes it pretty fun and makes the racing a little more enjoyable. Instead of having to start up front both races, you can drive through some cars. But just all in all, just good racing. Just have to fix the impatient part of drivers, but other than that, really fun.
Samuel Dyer, if you want to ask another question for our champion, please do. We're extended, and he's the only guy we're talking to right now.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas, this season, I mean, it started off with Parker Retzlaff looking like the dominant car, and things seemed to completely shift towards you during the third race of the season. How did you feel like, when was the turning point for yourself when you felt like, okay, I've got a really good shot to challenge for the championship?
Right after that first race, when I got DQ'd, I said, no. I'm going to turn this thing around. I'm going to put the practice I have to. I got the pole the last 3 weeks in a row, and that's because I've been putting the practice to it. I usually just hop into a race, have an hour practice, whatever. But I do, say, 20 laps one day, and the next day do more laps. Just practice. I've been racing with Parker for years, and I know he puts practice into it when he wants to, and that's why he's really good when he wants to be, and all it takes is practice. So anyone can really just be as good. You just have to put the time and effort into it. I ran triple the laps that both the races were just in practice, just so I could be good for the 60 laps.
Samuel, before we let you go, obviously, thanks, buddy. Thomas Axum, champion. Give your final thoughts on the whole season and being the champion and your sponsors, buddy. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, it was an awesome season. Thanks to you guys every single week helping us out. I love going back and watching it and listening to my name get called from an announcer. It's just awesome. You guys have the awesome announcer voices. Shout out to my sponsors that have been on board all season for multiple years now. We got Peter Bernier, Bernier's Liquors, that bright blue sponsor, about a tenth and a half good on the car. The Studio 10 Designs, RS Center. I have beautiful cars coming in and out every single week. And just my friends that were just racing with me all season. I got Dustin, Tyler Payne was in there, Matthews, just all the guys in Discord helping us out and get through the race every week. And just, again, you guys.
Well, we wanted to try to prolong things a little bit longer to try to see if Cole Quinton or Tyler Payne could pump in here. That's just not the case. So, Tom, I guess I can be the man to say, as the voice of the American iRacing League, to do the honors. Congratulations to you winning the championship. This is a race that I know it'll be in my virtual memory bank for at least a day until I get Alzheimer's. And as I always tell Charles, I'll have to retire as a broadcaster. But what a race. It was fun. It was a pleasure to call. I know Samuel will probably agree with me on the same sentiments. And you earned this championship. Congratulations. And we'll see you down the road when the American iRacing League is back in action, probably around Labor Day.
Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to Disneyland, baby.
Thomas Axum, champion for the super late models of the American iRacing League, sponsored by CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated, and not taking anything away from Parker Retzlaff. Though he did not complete the sweep, he is the champion of the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Super Trucks in what's been a fun 5 weeks with the Pulse Poppers, Fishing Lures, American iRacing League Summer Heat Series presented by Reaper Speed Labs. Samuel Dyer, your final thoughts as we wrap it up on the American iRacing League for Monday nights until Labor Day. What fun times we have had.
Yeah, I mean, what a 5 weeks of racing. It's been a blast to see these drivers week in and week out just get better each and every week on, one, cutting down on the caution laps, and 2, just putting on some of the best racing you could look for. And congratulations to both of our champions for the super trucks, that of Parker Retzlaff, and for the super late models, that being Thomas Axum. It was a great season to call.
You know what, Samuel? I think me and you are the only ones on the payroll this week. All of the other broadcasters are off, and our next time on the clock will be Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, the S&B Cup Series presented by Appalachian Hauler Hunters. 4 races until the playoffs, Charlotte Motor Speedway on Wednesday night. And then on Friday, tentatively, Samuel and myself with the LTAC Cup Series, and that is going to be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. That's what's on the docket this week. A lot of races are off. A lot of sleeping in for Charles as he's making sleeping noises in the background, playing with his RC cars. And Samuel, always a fun time. And again, S&B Cup Series and LTAC. That's what's left for the week on LSRTV.
Yeah, we'll see how the recovery of the drama that came from Sonoma on last Wednesday. We'll see what the repercussions are, and also who's going to get another win in the S&B Cup Series.
It was a fun time for sure. For more information, go to livesimracing.com. We are CRN.com, LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, American iRacing League on Facebook. Become a part of the series. I'm sure they'll crank back up right around Labor Day in September. For Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, everybody at Rocket Media in the production chair at Live Sim Racing, the voices you heard for Samuel Dyer, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the champions. Parker Retzlaff in the trucks. Of course, Thomas Axum in the super late models of the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Summer Heat Series in the American iRacing League with Moon Racing from Stafford. Be good to one another. Thanks for watching and listening. Until we do it again, always, we appreciate your support of all of this great iRacing entertainment, because this is one we will all not forget.